morning, my friends. I hope you're so well, and welcome to my cozy little cabin. Ugh, mornings are the hardest. Okay, time for matcha. What a beautiful day. Right below, right below, right below. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Is that right? So it still drops pretty cold in the evening, and I always bring my bed out here because I want to sleep beside the fire. I swear, this is how people need to live. It's just sleeping beside a fireplace every single night. It is so relaxing, and oh, I just love it so much. But this is the struggle every single morning of trying to put my apartment back into place afterwards. Oh! Okay, so I know this is a little bit of a gross way to start this video, but I have been suffering with like a dry, dandruffy, sore scalp for a while now. I used a shampoo that gave me an allergic reaction maybe 4 months ago, and it started getting a little bit better, and then I went to Namibia, and that country is so dry. So dry. So then my scalp started reacting again, and now I've been back in Cape Town for like a few weeks now, and it's just like, I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I'd say 4 days after I wash my hair, my scalp just gets so itchy again. And I'm like, why is it just so itchy? Like, it's fine for a period of time, and then like day 4, I'm like, ugh. So I've also been like, this may sound weird and this may not even be recommended. I don't necessarily recommend doing this, but I've been like going through my scalp with this comb and like parting my hair and just trying to like get the dead skin. This is so nasty. Get the dead skin off of my scalp and like brush it out of my hair so that way there's no like buildup, because with this oil mask thing, I'm doing hot oil, or warm oil I should say. I don't want to put oil on top of dead skin and then everything just gets like trapped on my head. So come along with me on this process, and please, if you have any tips down in the comments, let me know. Yeah, please, I'm girls desperate here, sharing my nasty scalp problems on the internet. Like, please help me. So I had this little bowl sitting in a bigger bowl of hot water, and now the oil is nice and warm. This is just leftover from the last time I did this. A little bit of coconut oil, rosemary oil, and some argan oil. I'm also going to add some jojoba oil.
can take what I need to get.
This little dropper thing is actually just from a skincare bottle left over from Typology that I used up, and it's super, super useful to do this. I'm just gonna part my hair, put my oil on my scalp, do a little massage, and then do that on the entire surface area of my scalp.
Like I am whole again. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on.
And then the last thing I do is throw it up in a towel to protect it, because your hair when it's oiled is quite, like, it's susceptible to damage. And then doing this too also kind of traps the heat in my head and hopefully nourishes my scalp. This is a really good look for me on the internet. Now that I'm feeling a little bit more cute and fresh, still waiting for my hair to dry a little bit more before I brush it, so we're just gonna have to deal with the messy hair look right now. That's okay, that's okay. It's better than the towel on top of my head. I'm gonna get finishing this leek soup that I started cutting and chopping all the things for before. And we're gonna get the onions low and slow in a pot, make it creamy with tahini, and yeah, let's just dive into the recipe. So now that we got a nice brown on the bottom of the pot, we're gonna add our water, soup stock, spices, first spices and then water, soup stock, potatoes, tahini, and then we're just gonna let it do its thing. Also going to add, for a little bit of a protein element, 1/3 cup of brown lentils that I've had soaking for the entire time, and this has been going so about 30 minutes or so. You don't have to soak them. I recommend rinsing them. Sometimes I don't if I'm really lazy. It's really up to you. You can soak them longer if you'd like. I know some people will soak them for at least 4 hours. I just didn't realize that I was gonna add lentils, so that's why I opted just for the short version of a 30-minute soak. Throw them in, along with a couple cups of water. Well, the measuring didn't really go as planned, but let's just say 1/4 cup to 1/3 cup, which is 4 to 6 tablespoons. As crazy as this sounds, this soup needs sugar. I added way too much tahini. I would say like max 3 tablespoons. Do not go over it, and you probably won't have to add the sugar, but because I added like maybe 4 to 5 to maybe even 6 tablespoons worth of tahini, there is that slight bitter tahini flavor in the soup. So I'm adding a bit of sugar just to balance that out. And then for a little bit of brightness, a little bit of lemon juice. And now let's see how it tastes. Much better, much, much, much. After a few days of crazy rain and wind, the sun being out is rejuvenating my soul. Okay, so this one, whoa, is gonna be a little bit of a funny one because I have all of these leftover random things that I wanna use up, and I'm thinking I should make like a sticky Asian sauce. I'm gonna roast everything in the oven and then at the end pour the sauce on top. Broccoli, a really sad looking green pepper, some leftover pumpkin, and some tofu. We'll see how it turns out. This is definitely an inspiration where if you have anything in the fridge, let's just chuck it in, see what happens. If you make a good sauce, then it should be delicious.
Leaving all my worries, I prepare for something
Olive oil and salt.
Whatever it was that held me back, I'm sure it wasn't true. Holding on too long.
So I'm gonna do the tofu in a separate container, so that way,
A friendly smile has turned into a frown. I'm moving on.
Throw some olive oil on it. Salt.
Driving in my car, the road is long and full of dust. The landscape changes around me, on and on, I feel immersed. Whatever happened to me, happened for my highest good. I read that in some books, now it's almost understood. I'm moving on and on.
This is so good and so simple. I recommend this. I'm gonna watch the new Damon Dominique video while I eat this.
Sweet is my location, sweet as well my destination. If you're looking to begin, then look no further than within.
If you're a fellow creative or business builder, I'd like to introduce to you Squarespace, and thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. They make it easy to sell access to your content on your very own beautifully designed website. You can sell courses, blogs, videos, memberships, earn reoccurring revenue by gating your content behind a paywall. Simply set the price and choose whether to charge a one-time fee or a subscription for access. And they've got design intelligence to help you map out what this looks like. Head to Squarespace, choose Design with AI, and then start building with the help of AI technology. Or choose one of their pre-made templates and play around with it yourself. They make it easy for your customers with all of the payment options and also make invoicing easy for you. If you want to try out Squarespace, then head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/JuliaAyres to get 10% off of your first purchase of a domain or website. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video.
These eggplants are very sad. Let's make them happy again. It was meant to be a little bit of a joke. Okay, you know what I'm saying. Also going to chop up half of a cooking onion.
mincing 4 to 5 cloves of garlic and a good chunk of ginger as well. Adding a couple tablespoons worth of olive oil into the pot, along with the onion on low to medium. Adding the eggplant, salt,
giving that a stir.
a much needed tea break. Ugh, this bit of water has vinegar in it.
So I'm gonna get a little bit serious right now and have a good chat, but if you want to skip through this part, I won't be offended. However, the comments on that video, I feel like everyone knows what I'm talking about, but the video that I started opening up about my diet change, you know, what really affected me, some of the comments, and not the comments about veganism or plant-based diet or anything. It was the personal attacks on my character. I have been working on a course, an eating disorder course, but it doesn't really have anything to do with like how to fix your eating disorder or anything like that. It's more so how to grow self-confidence and how to grow self-worth and self-love, because for me, like, that's the underlying reason that I have an eating disorder, is because of lack of self-love and the feeling of not being inherently worthy. And those comments made me again realize how much value I put to myself based on these perspectives or views or ways of life. And you know, it's not good. Like, I don't want to put my happiness and my way of life into anybody else's hands but my own. And me deciding to change my diet, truly and honestly, and I say this with the most respect possible, I have made the way that I eat other people's business, but it's actually no one's business how I eat. I am my own person. I have my own problems. I have my own body, and I have the right to do and eat however I desire. And yes, I've made it people's business because I post food videos online, but it's nobody's business. And again, I say that with the utmost respect possible, and it's not to, I don't know, degrade the relationship that I have with you guys at all, but yeah, I have to do what's right for me. And I recently started therapy again, and something that this particular therapist has really helped me see is the fact that my biggest job, maybe I'm gonna cry a little bit right now, my most important job in my life right now is protecting my inner child, because she was hurt so much when I was a child. And so the root of this, you know, this ED that I have is the thought that if I ate perfectly and looked perfectly and, you know, acted in a certain way for like a righteous cause, then I would be lovable and I would be worthy, because I didn't feel loved and feel worthy as a child. And when I started learning about diet and learning about all of these things, I attached myself to that as a way to show my worth to the world. And with orthorexia in particular, like, I got praise. Oh, you're eating so healthy. Oh, this grocery shop is so healthy. Oh, your meals are so healthy. And it's like praise for hurting myself mentally. I had to face myself as I'm like writing this course, which has been so profoundly healing for myself. I had to look at myself and what I was writing and realize that I was not practicing these things. And how could I possibly help anybody or support anybody on this journey if I was not doing that for myself? And this doesn't mean that I'm against a particular way of life or think that a particular cause is useless or stupid or whatever, but I think the waters get really, really muddy when you add a diet, you mix a diet in with an eating disorder. It gets really difficult and confusing, and I didn't think that it was a problem until I realized that it was. And it's not problem for, you know, the average person that just believes in this cause and doesn't already have underlying problems. But when you already have underlying problems and then you add this on top of it, yeah, but it's difficult because I'm sharing this online, so I'm making it people's business, which ultimately impacts my business. This is how I earn money, and it's scary to open myself to criticism, not only mentally, but financially as well. And I'm very, very proud of myself at how far I've come and just being able to be open and honest about this stuff, but that doesn't mean that I don't hesitate or feel guilty. Everyone that has sent me beautiful messages and support, I can't even thank you enough. Like, it really, really has been so beyond helpful to know that I'm not alone in this journey, and to know that I'm not the only one that has struggled with these thoughts and this situation. So I'm sending you so much love, and just thank you for all of the love that you've sent my way as well. Truly, 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 truly. I'm usually not a measure the spices before I put them into the curry type of girl. I usually just go one at a time, and I'm like, ooh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of, and yeah, but a tablespoon worth of curry powder, 1 teaspoon worth of fenugreek, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, a few balls of allspice that I just like crushed. I don't have ground allspice, so I just have the balls, a teaspoon worth of coriander, and about a half a teaspoon worth of cinnamon. I love cinnamon in curries because, I don't know, it's just so warming and adds a layer of like sweetness almost. Add all of the spices along with the ginger and garlic that you previously minced up, and then put a lid on it. Low heat, let it do its thing for about 2 minutes. Sometimes I genuinely don't know how to make transitions here. I'm gonna go for a walk because there's something extremely healing about going right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right. I just find it super meditative, and I never underestimate the power of a walk, especially in nature. For the feet people. Oh, I almost smacked you right into a tree branch. I'm gonna have a cute moment of embroidery beside the fire. Got a little one going here. In one of my previous videos, I did the drawstring of these pants, and it looks so cute. I wish I made it a little bit longer though, to be completely honest. On the other hand, doing a little embroidery. So it's a vine with lemons on it, which I feel like I'm not really showcasing very well. But the lemons kind of look like light bulbs right now. My friend suggested that I add a little leaf, which is a good idea. And then the idea also is to add a bunch of little French knots all over the place with different colors, so that way, you know, it looks a little more vibrant and fun and a little less plain. Because right now it's just a green vine with like little lemons, and I want that to be colorful and fun. I'm gonna add leaves to my lemons. I feel like embroidery is only really fun to watch if the person is good at it, and I am not yet that good at it. So it's like more mistakes than there are successes on what I'm doing. And yeah, but eventually it's practice. I've spent hours on these pants and it's really fun and enjoyable, and I appreciate the fact that I'm actually doing this for myself, because I feel like I've been craving such a tactile art for so long, and just being able to dabble with something for half an hour to literally sometimes 4 hours. I sat down, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work on this for like an hour. 4 hours later. Anyways, I'm gonna call this video done for the day. Truly appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sending you so much love, light, and encouragement on your journey, and I will see you again so very soon. Remember to laugh and play and have a good time. Enjoy your life. Yes, things are confusing and difficult, but you deserve to enjoy your life too. Do something a little bit silly today.